Well, you're probably wondering what production cars are doing on the Ipswich Raceway. Well, the explanation is fairly simple. During the stock car season, at each of the various tracks where the cars race, members of the public, supporters from the terraces, are invited to bring their own cars onto the track, and they go round and do 2 laps on their own, not against other cars, but just against the clock, and then the person who puts up the fastest time on that particular day gets a trophy. Inevitably, as the season goes on, somebody seems to stand out head and shoulders above the rest. And at the end of the season, of course, we have a production car champion for that particular raceway. Then, of course, we get the squabbles between the various champions at the various tracks. And somebody hit upon the idea, well, let's sort it out. Let's make them actually race together. So that's what we're all doing here right now. There's 20 laps to come. These are ordinary production cars straight from the car park. And now anything or everything could happen here. Into that first turn. We'll pick up 1 or 2 of the drivers for you in a minute or 2. And already we have got trouble. And oh dear, that Chevrolet, that's number 5, Bill Young from Kesgrave, has already come to grief in the safety fence with a very sad-looking motor car. Of course, the fatal thing here is to get out wide where there's a little bit of loose grit on the outside, because that's the quickest way to get yourself into the safety fence. Now we have the Mustang, and oh, another one very nearly dropped it as they come through. That's number 15, Graham Hodson from Ipswich, who's in the lead at the moment. Here comes the Rolls-Royce, and in fact the driver of that is Barry Lee, who we shall be seeing very shortly, defending his title in the World Hot Rod Championships. But he's in a Rolls-Royce Shadow this afternoon. Number 15 then, the Mustang is in the lead. Number 20, Alfie Bird in the Austin Mini is in second place. And the Mini just looking for a gap. But of course the available width of track somewhat restricted down on that bottom bend. Escort now in second place. A couple of Minis comes next. Then we've got another Escort. And oh dear, that Anglia has tried to get between the safety fence and that parked Chevy, and he's nearly backing into the traffic. These drivers, of course, not insured. They're on their own. If they're silly enough, if you want to put it that way, to go into the event, well, it's their funeral. Oh dear, that one was going rather wide. This is the second place man. Just got out of the way in time before the rest of the traffic came through. Now we've got 5 laps gone and 21 is the leader. Now that's Mitch Bayliss from Kingston Hill in the Opal. That's the Opal, the black and green one. 15 is in second place. Barry Lee coming off the grass to rejoin in the Rolls-Royce. And in fact, I think Barry Lee is going to pull out. As Barry Lee and the Rolls-Royce is out, and that leaves the Opel Ascona. The Opel Ascona, here it is. Number 21, Mitch Bayliss. Oh dear, the sight of that poor Chevy in the fence. Number 15, Graham Hodson in the Mustang is second. Number 20 is in third place, another Mini. And then we go back to number 19, Pete Hart in another Mini. There's the Mustang, who was in second place. They're finding it a little bit difficult to get past that Mustang. But the Opel is going well. And he's a long way clear, all on his own, As the rest of the men, you can see the gap now. That 23 is in fact a back marker. The Mustang in the middle of the picture, he's in there. The Mini was nearly in the middle of the picture as well. That's it, the Mini on the inside is in the second place, the yellow Mini. The Mustang is third, and we're on halfway. 10 laps gone, 10 to come. The yellow Mini in third place, the Mustang just in front of him. Number 3, the Escort, has moved up through in there in the placings as well, but that's the man who's a long way clear. And he really is a long way clear. He's got himself, what, 3/4 of a lap clear now. The struggle for the places is further back. Number 3 has moved through into second place. That blue Escort, number 3, was in second place. 15, the Mustang, is in third place. Number 20, the yellow Mini, is in fourth place. That's the leader, miles away from the rest of them. That's the second place man, the Escort. Cyril Keynes from Bracknell, the 73 Escort. Little look over his shoulder to see where the opposition is. It's not breathing down his neck. He's got quite a gap, in fact, before we go back and find the big Mustang in third place. And the rest of the field really having a lot of trouble. There's 2 Minis behind the Mustang trying to get by. There they are, the Mustang sitting in the middle of the track. It's like those people you see on the 2-lane section of the M1. They will sit in the middle and won't let you past. And that's just what he's doing. Those 2 little Minis juggling for the places on the inside and the outside, just trying to find enough room to sneak by. And meanwhile, of course, the other 2, the Escort and the Opel, are just roaring away, clear in the lead. Time running out now. There's only about 3 more laps to go, I think. Still the Mustang, and the Minis just don't seem to have quite enough steam to get by. That's the leader. There's the Opel. And he's still got himself, what, the length of a straight at least, before we go back to the Escort. That's the second place man, and you can see the gap now till we come to the rest of the field. Here they come. And the 2 of them trying to get by on the outside, going to get past the Mustang. And in fact, number 13, John Brundle from Kings Lynn in the Toyota, has in fact now gone by the Mustang and moved up into third place. So the Opel is the leader, the Escort is in second place. And the Toyota's dropped it. The Toyota's dropped it. He did well. He managed, he's one of the few that's been able to get past that Mustang, and now unfortunately he's dropped it and the rest of the field go flashing by. Ooh, that tyre nearly onto the rim as he spun it around there to try desperately to get back in again, but I'm afraid he's dropped a lot of places now. So we're left with the Opel in the lead, the Escort in second place, and I think we're back with our friend with the Mustang. He's still there, leading the rest of that pack who can't get past him. There he is, and the angry little Minis buzzing away on his tail end, looking for a chance to go by. And as they went through, that was the checkered flag. In fact, as those first 2 went through, he couldn't quite catch him. Those 2 a long way clear, and it's going to be that Mustang still sitting there who's going to take the third place. There he is, the Mustang with his little clutch of Minis in behind, collect the third, fourth and fifth places. And in fact, that Mini disappears backwards into the safety fence after having come over the line in, I think, either third or fourth place, that one. But there we are, that's the man who did so well, put up the fastest time at his local track, and he comes out on top this time. Opel of Mitch Bayliss from Kingston Hill, number 21.